Hello, everyone. Just before we get started, I want to point out a couple things. Two things, maybe three. I don't know. First of all, I'm not really an expert on Webex. If you really want the experts, you can go to the CTL, or, well, you can't go to the CTL because you can't go to campus right now. So let me direct you to the website here. That will help. The people at the CTL, they've got videos and all kinds of information online. I'm just going to type in CTL up here because I'm pretty sure that I've got it bookmarked pretty much. ctl.mesacc.edu, and then you can click on like how-to documents, online videos and whatnot. So I usually click on the services button here. Here's the videos. Here's some how-to documents. CTL is a great resource. Also make sure that this video is directed for those who work for Maricopa Community College. Specifically, I work for Mesa Community College, so some of the features may or may not be available to you if you don't work for the college district. So make sure that you're logged into your campus Gmail or your campus Google account. And if you forget how to do that, you can go to accounts.maricopa.edu and then you enter in your MEID. Okay, that I think covers all the bases. And let's get started. On with the show. Okay, welcome back. Hope everyone's staying safe out there. I made a new video. It's today I wanted to talk about how I'm using Webex meetings. And for me, the best way that I've found to add the Webex meetings and schedule them is through Google Calendar. That works for me. As we'll see, there's a lot of different ways you can create Webex meetings. And what's a Webex meeting? It's good for meeting with your colleagues, meeting with staff, meeting with faculty, or for me, I'm scheduling it with my lab hours and for my lectures as well. So you can have up to 1,000 people in these meetings. I think that's going to cover pretty much everything that I've got to do. Yeah, let's get started. Let me show you how that works. Okay, so here we are. We're in Google Calendars. I'm going to blur some personal stuff down here because I use Google Calendars a lot. I use it for personal and I use it for work, and both are kind of show up on the same calendar, which makes it easier for me. I'm sure there's videos that you can check out to do that. But what I wanted to show you is, let's say I want to make a new meeting for our staff today. Or no, let's make it for today. So here we are, it's March 19th, and I'm going to click here to create a new Google Calendar event. And this is going to be staff meeting. I created a hotkey to switch between full screen and not, and I wonder if it was triggered. Staff. That's so interesting. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'll figure it out later. So staff meeting. There's a little tab here. It says add rooms, location, or conferencing. This is what we want here. Click that conferencing thing and see it slides down, and one of the options here is add conferencing. Click on that and boom, here's the Webex meeting. Oh, wait a second. It might require you to log in at this point. If you see a login button, click the login button and then enter there'll be one row here in the middle, enter your first name, last name at mesacc.edu. And then it might take you to another screen. It says MEID, and use your MEID and password. And then it might take you to another screen that, if you scroll down to the bottom, it says allow. So just to allow Google to access Webex. So once you get all that done, then you should be good to go. Yeah, I just wanted to insert this video just in case you have to log in again. Now, there's the option to do a Google Hangout, or the Hangouts is now called Meet, Google Meet, Webex meeting, or Webex personal room meeting. For now, I'm loving Webex and I'm going to keep using it. Webex meeting is different than personal room meeting in that, well, there's a lot of ways. Let me show you. Let's see here. Okay, so here we go. Here's Cisco's official feature chart for the difference between a standard meeting, a personal room meeting, and a personal conference room meeting. What I've noticed is with the standard meeting, people that attend can drop in before the meeting starts. And this is really important because if you don't have that option, then they go to join the meeting and it it just kind of kicks you out of the meeting and doesn't ask you, it doesn't alert you when it starts. So that's for that reason I just use a standard scheduled meeting. The cool thing about the personal room meeting is you have your own personal URL, so you can give out one URL and that's your meeting space. But for me, I think I prefer this, and I'll show you how I'm using it. So again, we're back here. So I'm going to choose this Webex meeting and not personal room meeting. So choose Webex meeting, spinning wheel here, wait for it to happen, and boom, there you go. Now it's got a link to join. It's got the phone dial-in if you need to call in and not use the internet or not use a computer. And it's got a URL here where you can click on the URL to go to the event. So you can share this URL in Canvas if you like. I'm going to go ahead and hit save here. Well, first I'm going to add a time. Let's see, what time is it now? Let's set the meeting up for 9:45 a.m. and it's going to be a nice short meeting. And here you can add guests too, which is cool. So you could just add Joe Schmo at google.com. So you could add just a random person, not a random person, but I'm sure Joe Schmo is a real person. He probably gets a ton of email there. Or you can add someone's, oops, darn it. So you can add someone's just regular email address there. I'm going to have to blur some of this out. I don't want to give away people's emails, but let's say it's joe.schmo@mesacc, darn it, .edu. I'm going to have to fix that. That's pretty funny. Every time I press a certain letter, it jumps to full screen. Okay, hit save. And there you go, Joe Schmo. It'll send an invitation to Joe Schmo, and you're good to go. Okay, I'm back. I disabled that hotkey. I don't know what's going on with that. So, so here we are in Google Calendars, and here you've got. You see, I've pushed back the meeting because of technical difficulties. Me fiddling with that. I pushed back the meeting here in Google Calendar, which affected my Cisco web meetings too. It pushed the Cisco WebEx meeting back also. Now you can also go into mesacc.webex.com, and I'm going to hit refresh here and see if it's updated here. Yeah, here's my staff meeting, and here's our actual meeting tomorrow, and then here's my lab hours coming up next week. You can start things manually, or they will start automatically when the time comes. To show you maybe how that works, the easiest thing, of course, to do, I think, for me anyways, is to use the Google Calendar interface to start things up. So if you click on this here, you can join the meeting here with this button. I'm going to go ahead and join the meeting here and see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen here. Let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, it might have to download something if you do it this way. Now there is a WebEx app also. And I think if you download that app, you can use this WebEx Meetings app to start your meetings as well. Click here to install WebEx. Okay, where? I see, here. Yeah. Keep clicking continue and add and whatnot. And here we go. Staff meeting for test. So you're unmuted and your video is on. So here's the video. You can turn video off if you don't like video. You can mute your microphone if you need. I can start the meeting because I'm the host. Other people that aren't the host might not be able to start the meeting. And you'll see we've got the psychedelic effect of trying to run two videos at the same time down here in the corner. That's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and start the meeting just to show you how that looks. Waiting for others to join. Now, if other people join, then their video would show up right here. Boom. And it would, in fact, switch between them when they're talking. So if someone's talking, it switches to their microphone and their camera, and then another person's talking. Now, there's a delay with that, and I'm maybe going to show you another video that someone recorded of the actual event. You can, from this interface, you can also invite people to the meeting. So look, this dot here, invite people. I did invite a coworker here, and I'll send a reminder to him. Hey, get in the this meeting. It's sweet, and you should check it out. You can also there's a chat window as well, so you can use chat here. You can share screens, I believe. Yeah, you can do polls. That's cool. This little up arrow here, I think, is to share the screen, so I can share a screen with the other people. And of course, you can turn off and on your microphone here. Pretty handy. I'm going to go ahead and hang up the meeting. But again, if someone else dialed in, then you would see their screen here. And you down at the bottom, I think you'd see a bunch of different images of different people that are dialed in, so you can see multiple people at the same time. I'll probably do a more full-featured version of this later. Let me see here. I'm going to close this window. I'm going to probably have to restart my Screencast-O-Matic because there's a good chance that I'm going to have this psychedelic effect that I love so much. Woo! All right, restarting Screencast-O-Matic in 3, 2. Okay, we're back. Good to go. So let me see. I think I glazed over a couple things I wanted to talk about. One is there are several ways to start your Webex meetings. Now you can actually download the app for your mobile device, and you can create meetings and start meetings from your mobile device. You can also create and start events from this back-end interface, the Webex website. Again, the reason why I don't do that is because if it shows up in my Google Calendar and I delete the event in Google Calendars, it doesn't actually delete the Cisco event, the Webex meeting, which maybe that works for you, but for me, I like having everything in Google Calendar. The other way you can, let's see, so you can create it through the Webex.com site. You can create it through the computer application. So there's a Webex meetings application here, or through the mobile app. If I was to do it a second way, I think I'd use the mobile application. Like if someone doesn't use Google Calendar at all, then I would use the mobile app to create it. Works pretty well. I think we went through how to get started with that. You just go in and create your event. Now on the mobile device, the app just has a schedule meeting and start meeting. It's really straightforward. I think maybe I'll make a second video of that, but I bet you anything you can figure it out if you download the Webex Meetings app. Again, there's a difference between Webex Teams and Webex Meetings. Webex Teams is just for chat and collaboration. Webex Meetings is the full-fledged video. And actually, one thing I didn't cover is how to record these lectures or these meetings. Let me go into the test meeting here. So now I'm in Cisco mesacc.webex.com. And here's the test meeting. And it says I'm ready to go. I'm going to hit start here. And you'll see it added some extra buttons down here at the bottom. One of them's a red dot here. And this is how we would start the meeting, or start the recording. So I'm going to hit record there. Connecting to the record service, recording in progress. It'll also alert the other people that, hey, recording has started. So that's kind of a good thing, so that they are aware that we are recording this thing. Again, you're not going to see someone else's screen here because no one else is dialed in right now. But if they were, you'd see usually it's their camera there, so they'd be waving, unless they're sharing their screen, so others can share their screen as well, which is handy when you're troubleshooting and when you're teaching. So a student can share, hey, here's some code that I wrote. Can you tell me why it's not working? Sure, share your screen with me. And then they use this little share button down here, share the screen, and we can help troubleshoot that together. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop the recording and then see how long it takes to show up. Stop the recording, end the meeting. Now my guess is that it should show up over here. I'm going to turn off my video because it got all trippy again. So it says no recordings yet. Oh, here it is. Yep, here's the recording that we made. Oh, there it goes. It was there. Now it's back. Okay. So it's working on it, basically. Very cool. So that's kind of handy. I'm going to definitely be using this feature. So I think I've covered how to create a Webex event, Webex meeting pretty easily just by using your Google Calendar here. You would draw an event, and click this little button here, add the conference, create a meeting. Done. Then you just label your event, invite your guests, and they have all the information they need to start to join the meeting in their calendar. Now, if they don't have Google Calendars or don't use Google Calendars, no problem. You can just add the guests, just type out their email address, and it'll email them a link, or you can just send them this URL here. Let me know if I skipped over anything or it's not working for you. In the comments below on this video is a good place to contact me. I'll talk to you later.